Because if you are doing something, you always feel, I am doing it. Even if you say, no, I leave it at the feet of Lord, it's not so. Only after realization it happens. After realization, you don't say that I'm doing it. It just works out this way. Oh, it's working, it's going. They talk in third person, as if something else is doing it. We are just as mediums or some sort of a instrument in between. And it's working, it's not doing, it's not happening. So, after realization, the karma becomes akarma, means non-action. That you don't think you are doing anything, it just works. And that's why this Kriya Yoga is against Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja Yoga is a Kriya, where there is no action. Just you think it's happening, it's there. You see it, you are a witness of the whole thing. So here what happens that when the Kundalini rises, when she goes to the Ádžňa chakra, which represents, as you say, the third eye, whatever you may call it, it is between the optic chiasma, and it looks after the pituitary and the pineal body. And as a result, we have developed two institutions called ego and superego. The ego is the one which tells us, I have done it, I am doing this. Both these institutions are sucked in by the enlightenment of this center. And that's how the thing opens out. And all your karmas are sucked in. So there's no problem of karmas. Only human beings think that they are doing karmas. Animals don't. They have no sense of sin or anything. They are completely under the bondage of God. So in Sanskrit they are called as pashu, means under the bondage. But we are the ones who have got freedom. And that's why we think that we have done this and we have done that. We should not do this, we should not do that. But when the Kundalini rises and she awakens this center, then both these things are sucked in. And when they are sucked in, then you do not do any karmas anymore. You just are in a karma. You do everything. I mean, I travel, such a lot, and I have a family, and everything is there. But it's just happening. I'm just seeing it. I'm not doing anything as such. So when you are also awakened, there's no obligation. It's just happening. It is so. Is here where we should understand this center is bestowed upon by the great life of Christ. Christ is there. And they said that He died for our sins, died for our karmas, is a fact. Because when He is awakened, these two institutions are pulled inside. And you get your Kundalini out there. It opens out. And this bone, which has been calcified, opens out. And the Kundalini pierces through. And this is what it is that He died for our sins. But still the theory is extended that we must suffer. Why should we suffer? He has suffered for us already. And is already written by Thomas, who was traveling to India via Egypt, where he wrote the treatise, and he said that why should we suffer? Christ has already suffered for us. And he's talked everything about Sahaja Yoga. He said it is an experience of self-realization and everything. And that book now is out in England. After 48 years, they could decode the whole thing, which was found about 48 years back in Egypt. And is out now, and is beautiful. Gnostics is the name of the book. But is not so much appreciated by some of the people because it challenges the theories of sufferings and confessions and all this nonsense. You cannot awaken yourself. You see, you have to have one enlightened candle to enlighten another candle. This candle, which is not enlightened, cannot enlighten itself. But there's no obligation. But you can correct. Once it is awakened, you can correct it, you can develop it. First, only few hair-like strands of this energy come up and open the fontanelle bone area. And then this flow of Ru starts flowing on you, and it relaxes more of the centers, so more of these strands start coming up. So you can develop it at your will by understanding it, but you cannot enlighten yourself by yourself. All other meditations are artificial. You are in meditation when you are in such. Unless and until Kundalini is awakened and you are one with the divine power, still thinking all the time, how can you stop thinking? There is one thought that rises and another thought that falls off. Again another thought comes up and it falls off. It goes on like this, and we are dancing on the cusp of these thoughts. In between the thought there is a little space called as Vilamba, is the present. Either we are in the past or in the future. But that is only possible when the Kundalini comes up, then these thoughts become more lean and there's a bigger space left and you remain in thoughtless awareness. And that is how it works out. That's in a meditative mood you are all the time. You don't have to meditate because you are in thoughtless awareness. As soon as you see something extremely beautiful, extremely joy-giving, or a personality who is a realized soul, or anything that's so righteous and good, immediately become thoughtless. Immediately. It happens. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be in meditation, you just become. I've seen these days there are many children who are born, who are realized souls. And just I've seen them sitting before me, just sitting, not moving, nothing, just in meditation. Your pupils dilate and you start feeling the cool breeze in your hand. Even if you meet someone, it happens, if he's a realized soul. It has transformed so many people instantly, so many. Majority people get transformed immediately. Some people do take time, I must say. But transformation, the degree of transformation may vary from time to time. For example, in a place like London, where there are all hard nuts, I must tell you. Very nice people, you see, very scholarly, and coming from Cambridge and from Oxford and this and that. Very skeptical. Doesn't matter. These people had taken to drugs. Imagine, very well educated. Some professors, some doctors had taken to drugs and were alcoholics. Absolutely, they were lost people, I would say. And when they got their realization, overnight, they gave up. Drinking, alcoholism. I was amazed at their own depths, the way they touched their own depth, just gave up. Yes, people start judging others because they don't know themselves. Once you know yourself, start judging yourself first of all. This is the last judgment, where you judge yourself. It's written in the Quran that your hands will speak and they will give witness against you. And you get frightened about yourself, oh God, I've got this. And like the other day somebody came, Mother, please solve my problem. I said, what has happened? My agya is horrible. It means I am very egoistical. So the attention goes to yourself and you start correcting yourself and you look at the good points of others. And if somebody says to you that such a chakra is catching, you thank that person, you are happy. Because his interest is benevolence. He is not trying to judge you, but his benevolence, if he finds it. But normally you find yourself about yourself, there's no need to talk about it. Just find out yourself. Some people say it's very difficult to forgive. But if you forgive or don't forgive, it's a myth. What do you do? Nothing. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. So at this moment, just say, just in general, not to remember all of them, who have troubled you or have made you miserable or made you unhappy. Just say, I forgive every one of them. That's all. These two conditions you have to follow, which is very simple. It's just to say in your heart that I am not guilty at all and that I forgive everyone.